Well, the general election will be here before we know it, coming up November 7th. So joining me now is one of the candidates running for Pocatello City Council Seat 1. We've got Hayden Paulsen. Hayden, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, one of the big questions, what do you think one of the big issues facing Pocatello is right now, and how would you, if elected to City Council, you and the council plan to combat that?
I think the biggest issue right now is the lack of affordable housing and the lack of availability. What I would like to do to tackle that is I'd like to partner with other city council members and zoning to see where more housing can be put in, and within the core of Pocatello where more dense housing can be put in.
Okay. Do you feel like there's a lot more that could be done in that area? Because I know that is one of the big things, not even in Pocatello, but just statewide and even nationwide, is affordable housing and that availability. So you feel like there's more work that could be done in that regard? Oh,
absolutely. It's one of the biggest concerns that people are talking about when I canvass. They're really concerned about their ability to stay here because they want to stay here, but they feel they're being boxed out.
Okay. And then, as you're out campaigning, you mentioned the affordable housing is one thing that a lot of people have approached you about. Is there another key issue or a common theme that people keep bringing up to you as saying, I think this is something else that needs to be addressed?
There's a lot of concerns about just general livability. Everything is, I don't mean minor in a negative sense, but minor that can be addressed better, like snow removal practices. For example, I know Idaho Falls has times of the night in winter that you can't park on streets, and right now some sidewalks are being iced over and kids on their walk to school have trouble walking. Things like community gardens, more bike lanes, more sidewalks, a lot of it relatively smaller issues like that.
And I know one of your big things with your platform is that, appealing to the younger demographics, the younger residents here, and making sure that it does stay affordable and viable for them to be able to live here and to stay here. So kind of taking that issue into account, looking at the overall health, the finances, the growth of Pocatello, how would you rate that, and how would you propose to kind of make that go, to another level?
I'm not going to give it a letter grade, but I think it could be better. Because I left Pocatello from roughly 18 to 26, and I've been back 3 years now, and there are huge improvements that I think are very good for the city. But one of those things, like I've talked about with the younger demographic, I think partnering with ISU to want to retain our educated workers, that creates a more educated workforce to attract better businesses.
Okay. And running again for Seat 1, one of the candidates for that seat, what do you feel is missing or maybe lacking with the current City Council that you would like to hope to bring to the table? Well,
I'm really pleased that they reinstated public comment, because before that was reinstated, it was a 40-40 split between housing and unhappiness with the decision to remove that. I would like to see a continued emphasis on transparency and accountability with the public.
Okay. And anything else that you'd like voters to know as they get ready to head to the polls here pretty quickly?
Yeah. I've been endorsed by the Pocatello Firefighters Union, the Central Labor Council, and Conservation Voters for Idaho.
Okay, awesome. Hayden, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you being here, and good luck with the election.
Yeah,